Good morning. This is Kimberly J. I'm back at you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona. Sunny and now very, very hot. It's only 7 in the morning. It's already almost 90 degrees out here. So I try to come out early and get my day started, drink my coffee, and do my reading. But I just want to jump in here really briefly and share with you that I completed my first interview for my study. That was on Saturday, a couple of days ago. And just one of the things I learned from the interview process, and this is my first time, and I have to say that too, if you're following me, this is my first time doing any type of research project to this magnitude. And I know that probably applies to anybody who is in a PhD program, but some people did have experience writing thesis papers in their master's programs, etc. Not me. My master's is in business. I have an MBA in finance and a bachelor of science in finance, and I did not write like this at all. I did no uh, maybe one thesis paper my entire career in school. Being a business major, we didn't do a lot of writing. And so anyway, so this is my first time like doing a research project of this magnitude. And so even though I talk to people on a regular basis, I do spiritual life coaching and intuitive readings and stuff like that. I do talk to people and interview people on a regular basis. This was a little bit different because I really didn't know what to expect. And then you're talking about such a triggering subject with intergenerational trauma is very triggering. And so it started off being very, very structured, very kind of canned and very structured. But once the participant got to talking, I mean, it goes deep. And I was very affected by her testimony. That's what I call it, a testimony. And so I would say, as we're doing these interviews, that first of all, my biggest thing is always leaving space for spirit. And so I was trying not to be very rigid and my my questioning, because I did not want it to feel like questioning. My goal was, at the same time of gathering the information, was to hold space for the participant, especially as they are talking about what could be potentially emotionally triggering events that have occurred in their life. Um, and so it was more important that you hold the space and allow them the space to share. And so that was the one of the things that I kind of went with during the interview, was trying not to be so rigid. Yeah, trying not to be rigid. And so I would suggest that, as if you are uh, doing interviews, especially semi-structured interviews, that for your research project, whatever your research project is, I would suggest that um, you have more themes. You have your questions. You definitely want to be prepared, but you have basically higher level themes around the question, and allow that theme to kind of drive the questioning, and not to get away from the questioning, because that's the way that you gather information, but it has to be balanced with you being present, and not thinking about what's the next question, just being really present, really listening with your heart. As the researcher, is to be able to listen with your heart, is to be able to hold space for that participant. This exploration, this journey, is not just about you. It's a journey of uncovering and undiscovering for both you and the participant. It's a journey of healing. And that's the second thing that it really hit me, is that talking about trauma, talking about the healing of trauma, talking about being empowered and inspired by your journey, talking about these things open, moving that energy is very therapeutic. And so it was very, our session was to me, and to her, what she stated was very therapeutic in and of itself. And so the interview, or the information gathering, can be that. It can be this sacred container or this sacred space where you come together in community, and you explore and you release and you celebrate. And um, and so I just found that was a really, that came up. I didn't know that would come up as I was preparing and planning. I did not know just how sacred that space can be as you are working, with others, or gathering information from others and allowing them to share their stories. You know, I really do believe in the power of storytelling. There's a lot of healing and therapy that comes, um, with storytelling, especially, um, sharing our lived experiences, because very rarely do Black women get the opportunity to speak about their pain, to speak about their mistrust, to speak about their sometimes internalized hatred for themselves, but more so for their situations. Like, how did I get here? How did I get with this partner? Or how did I do this? And how did I make these mistakes? And so we're not given the opportunity in society to be able to share and to talk about our experiences outside of, people judging us as being angry or complaining or nagging, or, so we get all of these negative tropes when we try to express our truths. And so I found that this interview process gave us, the sacred space, to be able to speak about those truths, to be able to speak about our experiences. And so I'm looking forward to, doing some more interviews. So that's one down, 12 more to go. I want to get 12, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people be like, "Yeah, I want to be a part of the study," and then they go ghost on you, right? And so so I'm hoping I can get 12. I have a huge pool to pull from, and so that's a blessing. So I'm pretty sure I'll get 12, but it'll just, these interviews are daunting too. And so yeah, they take a lot of time, and I would say that you want to be respectful of people's time. And so if you set the interview for 90 minutes, to try to really keep it within 90 minutes, and then open up the space for, potential follow-up interviews if you need them. Um, but yeah, but even that, and again, the level of complexity and the emotionality that's involved in a lot of these interviews, um, 12 is going to be a lot. And so if I could do 10 to 12, I'll gauge how I feel when I get closer to that to that number. And so that's it. I just wanted to just drop by and give you some updates on my progress, and that's where I'm at, interviewing. Oh, and I got interviews scheduled. I have two, I think, scheduled for this week, and one over the weekend. So I'm really excited. And so I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.